and our focus is on Dameon Pierce. He had a great week to build off of last time out, reaching triple digits and adding 2 touchdowns. It's the Texans and the Jags, next on Madden NFL 24.
On a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Today, Week 12 of the NFL season is upon us, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Houston Texans. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. They come in playing some decent football, 5-3 in their last 8 games. Meanwhile, for the visiting Jaguars, even with all the games we have broadcast together over the years, partner, seems like every time we see something new and kind of get that feeling we might get something unique here in this one as well.
No 2 games are ever really the same, are they, Brandon? Because there's always a couple of little details, standout performances, big plays that help set each game apart. That makes every one of them entertaining to be a part of.
And no run back here on the opening kickoff, as we'll start at the 25. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And you want to talk about enormous expectations being placed on a quarterback. How about what Trevor Lawrence faced coming out of college? But the good thing for him, he's used to it. He had the same type of expectations leaving high school and going to Clemson. They always expect him to be a franchise savior, whatever team he joins. And to his credit,
there he goes, right side. Look at the big man rumble. Touchdown, Jaguars. Evan Ingram hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point from McManus is good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. So here are the Texans now with a fresh face at quarterback, the 2nd overall pick from Ohio State, C.J. Stroud.
And the tendency for most of these guys is to want to match things right away because they have a lot of confidence in their talent too. They just saw a big strike against their team, and you know they're thinking to themselves, I can get this back right now on one play. Well, if it's there, you take it, but otherwise, just go ahead and calm your team down. Run the offense, get things going, and see how things settle in.
They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. So you get a look at their key inactives for this week's game. And Charles, clearly you don't want to have any of these guys unavailable, especially when you're where they're at fighting for a playoff spot.
I agree, because the postseason is on the line. So you've got to overcome the injuries and find a way to win. And the only way to do that, the guys available have to step up. What's that mantra in the NFL? Next man up. This is their opportunity. I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. A huge play there for Houston. 45 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Pierce takes it straight ahead. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it, try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Stroud on third down now. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. C.J. Stroud taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Texans are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own.
And this is a balancing act for a head coach with a rookie quarterback. You've got to walk a line with it. You don't want him getting happy feet, but you also don't want to rein in what worked for him in college. And here, he pulls it down, takes it himself, and takes it into the end zone.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
On first down, right back to ETN. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. You look at the defense for these Texans. They were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. From the gun, it's Lawrence. The pass complete to Ingram on the crossing route. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Lawrence. Toward the pylon. Caught. Touchdown. Zay Jones from 8 yards out. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Phillips now from the end zone. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And I believe he was able to get this back. He was. Boy, after giving up the touchdown, lucky that didn't turn into another. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they came into play here off 2 straight victories. They're back to 500 on the year. But, Charles, is this little mini run coming too late to salvage their season?
Well, they definitely dug themselves a hole that leaves them needing to play almost perfect football from here on out. But I do believe they think that they've got this thing turned around, and they are capable of doing exactly that.
Able to get away. Stroud is hit, and the ball is loose. 2-3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football. as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Handoff right side to Pierce. And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2. The Texans at 500, sitting at 5-5. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
This a 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Stroud. Got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Play action. Stroud now. And that nearly intercepted. Oh, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down. Here's Stroud. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Those are the ones you dream of as defenders. I think if he gets eyes on the ball a little bit earlier, he might come away with it. Instead, it's going to wind up as just an incomplete pass.
Let's go now.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Stroud sets up the play action. He's going to air it out deep for Woods. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
4th down. Here's Stroud. They'll roll him out right. Taking a shot for down here. Oh, that is incomplete. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
On 2nd down, here's Lawrence. Open man is Kirk, complete. And Kirk is going to have the Jaguars 1st down as he'll take this down inside the 45.
1st down, Jacksonville.
And one more time, here's Kirk. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 39-yard line.
Straight ahead, ETN. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 51 yards rushing for him now. And he's only carried the ball 4 times. And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. This is caught, and he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A good pickup there, 21 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Travis Etienne, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Phillips now from the end zone. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. The Texans getting set here to take over again on offense. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. how does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on fourth down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 26 big yards on that one. It's another first down.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Play action. Here's Stroud. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And Stroud now to throw. And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. Fairbairn able to put this one through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Jacksonville offense gets the ball back. Travis Etienne and company head back out there. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And a pretty good run, all things considered. Probably would have liked that in the first quarter instead of right now as the clock continues to run. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, bye weeks, they're over. We've once again got a full slate of games to get to as we take you around the NFL here in Week 12. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis. And it's the Buccaneers who are out in front with that game closing in on halftime. The Bucs trying to hold on and claim victory. From there, let's head to AT&T Stadium as we check out the Cowboys at home in Dallas. And they were winners in that ball game as they beat the visiting Washington Commanders. Dak Prescott, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world. See what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. As you can see the score there in the 2nd quarter. The Titans locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. One of the top performers in that first half was the running back Travis Etienne. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side could play mistake-free football the rest of the way. These two clubs running through their final halftime adjustments. It's just about time to get back at it. And for the call of the second half, we go back out to Houston, H-Town, and Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. Fighting his way through contact. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Texans going to take over here to start quarter number 3. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. Ooh, with a juke. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. Now the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
First down, Jaguars.
A shotgun snap and a give to Etienne. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. On the counter, Etienne. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Well, you had an offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the third quarter and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 20-yard line.
First down, Jacksonville.
Etienne up the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Nice play by Jerry Hughes to drop him behind the line.
At the 22-yard line.
Now Lawrence. He'll get this off to Etienne. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
And they'll run with Etienne. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Here's Lawrence to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his third or his fourth read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Etienne. And trying to shake free, but Etienne cannot. The defense will stop him short. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. So Lawrence will exit, and on comes Brandon McManus for the Jaguar field goal. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and the lead grows to 14 at 24-10. So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. And now out comes Houston. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And now a hook up downfield on 2nd down. A huge play there for Houston. 56 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a
touchdown, Texans. Brevin Jordan, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. He's got it, and it's 24-17. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the result, a Houston touchdown. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. Travis Etienne and the Jags offense set to take over again here. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone. And now he's just trying to do it for a 2nd time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage. And, again, that 2nd score here in the 3rd quarter. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now Lawrence. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Taken from just outside the 30. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Houston set to take over. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. These 2 teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the visiting Texans who came away with a victory. So they'll look to take the season series if they can win here in Houston. Down the sideline he goes. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. We'll get 34 yards there. play action here with Stroud. That's going to be caught. And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They got 29 yards that time.
The design that we're seeing right there, this is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see opening,
and he's in. Touchdown, Houston. His 9th score on the ground this year and 13th overall. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter.
Well, this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back.
And now look at this. Big game, but a fumble.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Well, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Now, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. And he'll pick up about 3 there, up to the 43. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Stroud off the play fake. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there was no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
First down, they go right back to Pierce.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now here's Stroud. And he's got Jordan complete right side.
Touchdown, Houston.
Brandon Jordan
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Texans have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw into the hands of Kirk.
Complete to number 13, Christian Kirk.
2nd and 6 coming up.
Now 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. They'll get this out to the flat for ETN.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back.
A big play here as the crowd noise rises. 3rd and 1. Throwing now, Lawrence. Screenplay, here's Etienne. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Very sharp here to start this drive, 3 for 3.
Yeah, I like the way he's running this 2-minute drill. Very sharp, very precise in throwing the football.
Here's Lawrence. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Lawrence. He completes it to Jones. And he's going to get this inside the 30. All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Lawrence. Now throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4th down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Back to throw, Lawrence. That is caught, and taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. And yes, he's into the end zone, so they get the late score they needed, and now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. So here we go now as the Jaguars will go for 2. Lawrence going to look to throw for it, and they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful.
I know there's some time on the clock, but I still think you kick the extra point there and don't go for 2 and go for the win in that spot.
Yeah, time or no time, why not just take the run and even the score?
And then that way, no matter what, at least you know what you're dealing with now. It's a whole different strategy. You got to decide whether you're going to onside kick or just try and play defense and get the ball back.
Lawrence's throw here into the hands of Jones. And he would get to the sideline here, but that a minimal gain at best. 3 yards, possibly 4. Here's a 2nd and 7. He's back to throw. Man open, here is Jones. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Back to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds. Charles, that drive was perfect, methodical, executed so well, and they grabbed that lead with almost no time left for a last gasp from the other side.
No way you could have drawn up a better final drive, because not only did they keep their eyes on the end zone, they made sure they bled the clock out as well and denied their opponent a chance to respond. That's just terrific situational football to end this one.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Stroud to throw it. That is caught by Dell. And he will work his way out of bounds here at the 25-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And it's caught. It's a touchdown with zeros on the clock. And an extra point will send us to OT. Now for the all-critical extra point. And he's got it. No problems there. The extra point up and good, and we are headed to overtime. 4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Play action. Here's Stroud.
Pushes past him. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. They chop that one up as a gain of 34 on 3rd down. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Give left side for Pierce.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That really sets him back. A loss of 6.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And this shot downfield on 2nd down is brought in. They'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
They'll run here with Pierce.
And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal.
Pierce gets this one running right.
Powering forward, fights him off. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, breaking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here, not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive...
And this will be caught. Touchdown. They needed overtime to get it done, but put this one in the win column.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one, because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to one possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. In this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for Houston, they move back over 500 now at 6-5, and they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they've fallen out of things now as they sink to 3-8, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.